Good evening. Let me drop the message in the common group. Let us start the presentation. So ample amount of time will be given to you to try and solve these questions. Hi, good evening. Chalo. So I have tried to fit everything on one screen. I would suggest you guys use the Windows version or the laptop web login so you can see all the information. This whole thing is the caselet. It's basics of DI. I have put questions which involve some degree of calculation, some understanding of calculation, nothing heavy. Some amount of logic is also expected. So everything is on the screen. You have close to 6 to 8 minutes. You have 6 to 8 minutes to read everything, from here till here. Look at these tables as well, look at these graphs, formulate a strategy, what you are going to do, and then we will solve. You also need to categorize this question as A, abhi kar lo, B, baad mein kar lo, ya C, chhod do. Chhod do is you have never tried something like this, you are not able to understand anything, chhod do. You have done something similar 4 times, 5 times, abhi kar lo. You have done something similar, you feel you can do this but will take some time, baad mein kar lo. So you have 6 to 8 minutes, categorize the whole set and try. Everything is there on one slide. Thoda chota chota I have put it in one place. Take your time, start. 6 to 8 minutes you have. You have 6 to 8 minutes. Read and formulate a strategy. How will you represent the information? what kind of calculations are needed. I'll do one thing, I'll switch off my camera so that you can see the whole set. Let me see if it is possible. Yeah, so I have switched off the camera to give you the full view of the class sheet. Read from the first word till the last question, last option. First, formulate a strategy, what you're going to do. Now, were you guys able to make some sense of these numbers? I said take 6 to 8 minutes, 6 minutes are up, take 2 more minutes, read everything. We will solve it together. Try to formulate a strategy while reading these sets. As I said earlier also in one of the lectures, if you are able to understand the information, you are able to understand 60% of the information, you will be able to solve the set. Don't worry. I'll wait for 2 more minutes for you to read. Who are joining late, I have switched off the camera so you could see the entire set. I've tried to fit complete set on one slide. Preferably log in through the web portal for better access. Phone pay, there's a possibility you may have to stretch. You might not be able to see these numbers. So 8 minutes are up. Let me try. Let me read this for you. The figures given below show amount of work distribution in operational hours for a toy manufacturing company having manufacturing plants in Chennai and Kanpur. So what are the key parts that you need to observe? It is about number of hours. In what places? Two places, Chennai and Kanpur. Each plant carries out 6 activities. Planned operational cost per hour for Chennai and Kanpur are rupees 250 and rupees 300 respectively. So if Chennai plant is running, 250 rupees per hour is the expenditure as far as the activities go, and for Kanpur the planned expenditure is rupees 300 per hour. However, the actual operational cost per hour is rupees 270 in Chennai and 315 in Kanpur. So I can see there's a difference in the pricing. The expected value was 250, but the real value is 270. The expected value was 300, but the real value is 315. So expenditures are slightly on the higher side. The cost difference in percentage. Cost difference in percentage is equal to absolute. Actual cost minus planned cost upon planned cost into 100. So what is the meaning of absolute? If you have -3, it will turn into +3. If you have 4 inside, it will not change. The word absolute means the negative sign will be cancelled. So if I have a look at the graph in front of me, the bar graph in front of me, actual operational hours for both plants. The orange one are the hours. Activity 6, Kanpur, 250 hours were actual. Chennai, activity 6, 400 hours were there. Kanpur, activity 5, 300 hours. Chennai, 200 hours. These are actual hours of operation in both plants. Plant Kanpur, planned and actual operational hours. See, here there are 50 actual hours. 50 actual hours. The planning was for 100 hours. For Kanpur only, this is only Kanpur. Only Kanpur. 200 hours was the planning for Kanpur. Actually, there were 350 hours needed. For activity 3, 150 hour was planned, but in reality, in actual, the hours were 50 for Kanpur. The planned operational hours for combined for both plants. Activity 1, the planning was 175 hours. Out of this, 100 hours were planned for Kanpur. So I can say 75 were planned for Chennai. So by subtracting this blue graph here, 200 hours were planned for Kanpur. So if I subtract that, 214 hours were planned for Chennai. So I can see I have to move around between 3 graphs to find out number of hours for each activity. Now, what kind of questions do we have? Let us read questions as well. The overall cost difference in Chennai plant is approximately overall cost difference. That means for Chennai, I will have to find out actual hours into the money. actual hours into 270, all of the activities, and I'll have to find out planned hours into 250 upon planned hours into 250 into 100. Don't calculate, just create an image what is being asked. I want overall cost difference. What is cost difference? Actual cost minus planned cost upon planned cost. So for this to be calculated, I need actual hours and planned hours. I need actual hours and planned hours for Chennai plant. Read questions, read habit डालो इसका. In how many activities plant in Chennai could meet 50% of shortfall of operational hours compared to operational hours in Kanpur? So in Kanpur, let us say, in Kanpur, the actual hours were, let us say, 200 and planned hours, let us say, were 300. What is the deficit? 100 is the deficit. Planning was more. So can you at least meet 50% of this from Chennai? In how many activities Chennai could meet at least 50% of shortfall? Means actual hours should be more than planned in Chennai. That is what they're asking for. And how much more? Minimum 50% gap should be covered. Which of the following activities has maximum cost difference in Kanpur plant? In how many activities planned in Chennai was higher planned operational hours as compared to plant in Kanpur? So in every question I see, I need actual hours, I need planned hours. I need it for both. I need it for Chennai and I need it for Kanpur. In every question, I need to find out total number of hours for actual. I also need to find out total number of hours for these activities individually. So I will see, before I start solving, I have understood what the question is asking for. I will form a table. That table would look like this. This is what that table would look like. I'll just try and switch on the camera for a few minutes for the sake of recording. Yeah, I think it's visible now. Yes, I think I'm visible now. Yes. So see, don't get lost. This happens in DI. There is a lot of information. We forget where to move, how to move. Don't get lost. Let us try to go step by step. I will do one thing. I will write down the actual and planned for Kanpur. It is given to me very clearly. It is given to me. 100 hours are planned. 200 hours are planned. 150 hours are planned. 100 hours are planned. 250 hours are again planned. 50 to 50. And 300 hours are planned. What are actual hours? 50 hours are actual. Actual hours are 350. Actual hours here are 50. Kanpur, everything is given to you. It is neatly presented for you. The question is, sir, do we need the table? It helps. It is not a very big ask. It's a simple set of numbers, not even decimals, simple numbers. So actual hours and planned hours fulfill for Kanpur. Now, what are these actual hours for Chennai? What are the actual hours? 100. Actual hours 200. Actual hours 150. Just complete the table. Actual hours 300. How much time should you devote to this table? Maybe 3 minutes, maybe 4 maximum. Now, how do I find out planned hours for Chennai? This is planned hours for both. So Kanpur planning was 100. Total planning is 175. So Chennai should be 75. 414 hours of planning is there. 414 hours of planning is there. Out of that, 200 is Kanpur. So 214 should be Chennai. 272 hours are planned operational hours. And this is 150. So this should be 122. This is 178. This is 100. So this should be 78. This is 471. This is 250. So 221 hours were planned. This is 622. This is 300. 322 should be the hours. While you are doing this, I will make one more suggestion. You write down the numbers here. For planned hours, it was 250 rupees. Actual hours, it was 270 rupees. For planned hours, it was 300 rupees. Actual was 315, I guess. Let me confirm that for you. 315 Kanpur, yes. So that is true. So once you have this table ready, once you have data in one place, you should be able to answer everything. Just don't lose your nerve. Don't make silly mistakes. So take a minute or so, try this. Everything is there in front of you on the screen. Use a calculator if you have to. Perfectly fine. You have 1.5 minutes. Answer. Initial time was there to read and create an image. What is to be done? In exam, the entire section, I would prefer if you read the whole section in 8 minutes approx and make a decision that these are the sets I'm going to solve. You don't have to create a strategy at the moment when you're deciding in the exam. Be quick about it. Take 2-3 minutes per set, read them, and then decide you're going to solve these two, and then go in depth. Comment your answers for the first problem. How? Very good. Very good. What is the overall cost difference for the Chennai plant? So all you need to do is you need to add these numbers total. Once you add these numbers, multiply 270, add these numbers, multiply 250 and find the percentage change. That is your answer. Do you have any better way of finding percentage change? Have I taught you the ratio approach? Observe. 100, 200, 300, 400. I'll come back to this. 700, 900, 1300. So 1350 hours are there. I've added this 50 at a price of 270. That is your actual hours. I will divide it by planned hours or planned cost. Now I'll take some time to add. 4, 5, 9, 11, 19, 20, 22. Carried over 2. 9, 10, 12, 19, 21, 23. Carried over 2. 4, 5, 7, 10. Multiplied by 250. Now use a calculator. Why? When you divide, 1 point something is the percentage increase. Perfectly fine. Use a calculator. Perfectly okay. Just verify the addition part. 1350 into 270 divided by 1032 divided by 250. So what we have here is the ratio turns out to be 1.4127. So what is the percentage? You move it 2 decimals. You move this 2 decimals. 41.2% is the answer. 41.2% is the answer. Where did I get the figure 250 and 270? It was given to us earlier in the start. What is the actual cost and what is the planned cost? Planned cost is 250. Actual cost is 270 rupees per hour for Chennai. See, whatever formula you are applying for percentage change, this is percentage change. When you divide two numbers, final value upon initial value, if it is more than 1, so this is percentage change. नहीं तो क्या करना होगा आपको? You will have to calculate large numbers, subtract them and divide them. Subtract नहीं करना, सीधा divide कर दो. You can save a few seconds. You can always save some time on percentage change in this manner. Always divide final value upon initial value. If it is 1 point ABCD, that ABCD tells you the percentage. Take your time, slow down, understand what is being said. In how many activities the plant in Chennai could meet at least 50% of the shortfall in actual operational hours compared to operational hours of Kanpur. In Chennai, the actual hours need to be more in such a manner that they can account for at least 50% of the downfall or shortfall of Kanpur plant. So all you have to do is compare how much more, how much less the numbers are. I'll do one or two, you do the rest. Do you see here for Chennai, how much more are actual hours? 25 hours more. For Kanpur, what is the shortfall? What is the shortfall? Actual hours कितने कम है? 50 से कम है. Now, is this number at least 50% of this? Is 25? 25 surplus hai. 25 more hours are there. 50 hours less are there. So is Chennai able to account for at least 25%, at least 50% of this? Yes. कल ये देखना आपको. Is there a shortfall here? क्या यहाँ shortfall है? Don't worry. What is the shortfall here? What is the shortfall here? The shortfall here is 100 hours. 100 hour shortfall is there for the third activity in Kanpur. How much is the surplus? कितना surplus है? 28 hours का surplus है in Chennai. Is 28 50% of 100? No. That is the question. The surplus here has to be at least, the surplus in Chennai has to be at least 50% of shortfall in Kanpur. Is there a shortfall here? Are the number of actual hours less? No. Are the number of actual hours less? No. सोचना भी नहीं है आपको. Number of actual hours, are they less? Yes. How much less? 50 hours are less. How much more do you see here? 78 hours you see here as more. Is 78 more than 50% of 50? Yes. 78 is actually more than 100% of 50. So how many of the activities could Chennai overcome the 50% or more shortfall of Kanpur activity? For how many activities does it happen? For 2 of these activities. So fairly straightforward question. Fairly straightforward question. बस प्लस माइनस पे ध्यान देना आपने. Confirmation on done. Try this. Maximum cost difference is there in which activity? Maximum cost difference is there in which activity? And because there are only 4 answer options, you check for only those parts. Kanpur activity 1, activity 3, activity 4, and activity 5. So you don't check for the whole set. 4 of these activities you need to check. Go on, try. Give it a shot. Comment your answers. Now, does it mean we are looking for percentage, or does it mean we are looking only for a difference? Maximum cost difference for Kanpur plant. Does it imply, does it mean I'm looking for a percentage, or does it mean I'm only looking for a difference between two numbers? So now if you remember, let me go to the first slide. See, cost difference itself is defined as a percentage. The cost difference itself is defined as a percentage. So in this particular case, you have to find out percentage value for each. You will have to find out percentage value for each. How do you go about this? See, for activity 1, 50 hours are actual. Money per hour is 315 divided by 100 multiplied by 300. You just divide and write a decimal figure if you need to. Cancelled 2 times. Cancelled 5 into 63. 5 into 60, 3 into 20, 3 into 21. So 21 by 20, 21 by 40. So as a percentage, what exactly is the cost difference? The cost difference is 19 by 40 into 100. 20 into 2, 20 into 5. That is 95 by 2. 95 by 2 is 95 47.5 percentage is the cost difference. For A3, it will be 50 into 315 upon 150 into 300. Cancel as much as is possible for you. 1 times, 6 times, 3 into 63, 3 into 50. Can I cancel further? 3 into 2, 3 into 21. So 21 by 100. Third activity, 21 by 100. So what is the difference? The difference percentage, I'll have to rewrite it clearly here. The difference percentage is 79 percentage. Activity 3, it is 79 percentage. Activity 1, it is 47.5 percentage. You have a calculator और जल्दी कर सकते हो आप. Perfectly okay. Activity 4, 150 into 315. Activity 4 upon 100 into 300. Cancel as much as you can. 1 times, 2 times. 3 से डिवाइड तो नहीं होगा, बट 5 से होगा. 5 into 63, 5 into 20. So what I have for you is 63 upon 40. How much more do you see? How much extra do you see? I see 23 extra on 40 into 100. 20 into 2, 20 into 5, 115 upon 2 is 57.5 percentage. अभी तक का बेटा हाईएस्ट इज एक्टिविटी 3, नॉट एक्टिविटी 4. एक्टिविटी 3. एक्टिविटी 5, 300 into 315 upon 250 into 300. Cancelled. 5 into 50, 5 into 63. How much more do you see? 13 upon 50 into 100. That is 26 percentage. So guys, highest one is B Bombay, activity 3. Cost difference. Activity 3. Cost difference. Cost difference itself is a percentage. Cost difference is defined as a percentage. B Bombay, that is 79% का difference है उधर. 79%. Take your time, observe those calculations. I would prefer calculator hota, jaldi ho jata, but numbers are very simple, multiples of 5, multiples of 3, so I'm doing it manually. This is the data that we have. This is the percentage calculation. Cost difference is a percentage, in a percentage is actual cost minus planned cost upon planned cost. Planned cost must be the denominator. The planned value is the base. That is our initial value. Actual cost is the numerator. The difference between both is the cost difference. No, no. What is the difference between them? What is the difference between them? Difference is 19 by 40. Difference is 19 by 40. The ratio is 21 by 40. What is the difference? Difference is 19 by 40. Like the third one. Third one is 21 by 100. What is the difference? Difference is 79%. What is 21 by 100? A ratio of final cost and ratio of initial cost. Ratio of actual cost upon ratio of planned cost. Planned cost is the initial cost or the denominator. So gap पूछा है. Gap has been asked. Yes, gap has been asked. That is correct. Is the example clear? Is the explanation clear to you guys? I'll just demarcate this. I'll put boundaries here. This is the calculation for activity 1. This is the calculation for activity 3. This is the calculation so far for activity 4, and this is for activity 5. I've just checked answer options. Answer options are activity 1, activity 3, activity 4, activity 5. Clarity hai? Moving on to the next set. Next question rather. Try. In how many activities planned in Chennai has higher planned operational hours? क्या सवाल है? Planned here is 75, here it is 100. Is Chennai more? बस ये करना है. Planned here is 214, 200. Is Chennai more? Planned operational hours is coming to Kanpur. Yes, yes. Is Chennai more? Yes. Here Chennai is more. 122, 150. Is Chennai more? No. 78, 100. Is Chennai more? No. 221, 250. Is Chennai more? No. Is Chennai more in this one? Planned hours? Yes. That's it. So 4 questions, 2 decent level, 2 very easy. 2 questions way simple, way too simple. 2 questions of decent level. नहीं ना, नहीं ना. B 2 आएगा, check करो. Look at this. Only planned hours of Chennai and planned hours of Kanpur. You simply put your hand on the screen and move it down. Left hand should be more. You should have more hours on Chennai as compared to Kanpur. So this table, if you have it in front of you on a piece of paper, if the table is ready, I believe all 4 questions can be very easily solved. Only, did I make a mistake? Oh, one more. A1, A1, A2 and A6. A1, A2 and A6, yeah. A1, A2 and A6. A1, A2 and A6 has more planned hours in Chennai as compared to Kanpur. Yes, three parts. नहीं A1 में नहीं है रे बाबा. A2 only A2. Mistake करा दी ना आपने. Only A2 and only A6. यही सही है. Planned hours, not actual hours. Planned hours need to be more. Planned hours. Planned, yes. So I've tried to put everything on one screen. I'll just take myself out of the equation here. Give me a second. Let me look at settings. Yeah. So it is by current CAT standards. I'll say you will have maybe two questions of this kind, because once you understand the pattern, all questions are almost identical. Almost identical. That's how I've treated this. So I'll give you maybe 7-8 minutes. I have removed myself from the screen so you can read everything. हैबिट डालना है फ्रॉम फर्स्ट वर्ड टिल द लास्ट क्वेश्चन. सब पढ़ो, पूरा पढ़ो. Create a mental image and then decide how you will represent the information, how you will solve the question. Try. 7 to 8 minutes you have. Something wrong with the display? Let me check the network speed at my end. Let me check the network speed. Give me a second. Any improvement in the display? Has the display improved? Guys, has the display improved? Any improvement in display? Oh, give me a second. Has the display improved now? I have just changed the network at my end. Okay. So take 2 more minutes, take 3 more minutes before I could start the discussion. Take 2 to 3 more minutes. चलो, as I said, this question has some degree of reasoning involved. Directions for questions 5 to 9. Answer these questions based on information given below. The following table represents details regarding the number of buses of 4 different transport companies: VRL, Raj Travels, Mahindra Travels, Khushi Travels, that depart or arrive at 6 different cities. The table 1 shows buses that leave these cities, and table 2 shows buses that arrive at these cities. So from Raipur, 22 buses are leaving of VRL. From Indore, 25 buses are leaving for Raj Travels. From Varda, these are the buses leaving. For Varda, there are 25 buses leaving for Mahindra Travels. And what are these buses? These buses are arrivals. So there are 34 buses coming to Raipur. If I talk about Nagpur, for Raj Travels, 33 buses are coming to Nagpur. So table 1, number of buses leaving. Table 2, number of buses coming to the particular city. Note, during the given data, at least one bus from each transport company from each of the 6 cities went to the remaining 5 cities. क्या मतलब है इसका? These 22 buses that are leaving, one of these bus, VRL, has to go to Nagpur, one of these has to go to Indore, has to go to Bilaspur, Varda and Chapa. Read that. At least one bus from each transport company of each of the 6 cities went to the remaining 5 cities. कम से कम एक बस तो जाएगी ही जाएगी. Definitely. If I talk about these 32 buses of Mahindra Travel, out of these 32 buses, देखो वो 32 में से कोई भी वापस रायपुर तो नहीं आएगा ना. So at least one bus is going to Nagpur, Indore, Bilaspur, Varda and Chapa. At least one bus has to go to other cities for each transport, each city. All the following questions are based upon number of buses of these 4 transport companies that depart or arrive at one of the given 6 cities during the given period. What kind of questions we have? What is the maximum number of buses that depart from Raipur and arrive at Indore? Question number 6. If there are no one-way trip between Varda and Nagpur, that means every bus has a round trip from Varda to Nagpur and back to Varda. What is maximum possible number of such trips? What is maximum number of buses that could depart from one of the 6 cities to one of the other 6 cities mentioned? The number of buses of Khushi Travels that left any of the cities and arrived any other cities at most. Maximum number of VRL and MT buses that left Bilaspur and arrive at Champa is. Did you notice one thing? Every one of these questions asking for maximum. At most also means maximum. Every one of these questions asking for maximum value of number of buses from one city to other. So how do we maximize that number? So I'll just try to do this for you. I'll just switch the camera on so you could see me here. Yeah. So this is the shared screen. Okay. So let me try this for one of these questions. I'll give you enough time for the other. Don't worry. What is maximum number of buses that depart from Raipur and arrive at Indore? I want buses to leave Raipur and come back to Indore. Can I say if a bus of VRL leaves, I must match it with the VRL buses arriving, because VRL will not convert into any other bus. If Raj travel buses are leaving Raipur, I should match that with the Raj travel arriving at Indore. So how do I match this? First, let me focus on departures. See, what I am trying to do is any bus that leaves Raipur cannot come back to Raipur. I am trying to maximize the buses to Indore that will go to Indore. So can I say I will have to take one bus and send it to Nagpur because that is minimum. I'll have to send one bus to Bilaspur. I'll have to send one bus to Wardha and one bus to Champa. From every city, minimum one bus goes to other cities. There are 6 cities. Any bus that leaves Raipur cannot come back to Raipur. Forget that. I am trying to maximize Indore. Forget Indore. So how many other cities are there? 4 cities. From Raipur, there must be 4 buses to other cities. That means from Raipur, there can be leaving maximum 18 buses of VRL that could come to Indore. Now, there's a small problem. Look at this number of Indore. Can I say when buses come to Indore for VRL, one bus will come from Nagpur, one bus will come from Bilaspur, one bus will come from Wardha, and one will come from Champa for sure. Because from those cities also there are buses going to Nagpur. So if I'm standing at Nagpur, if I'm standing at Indore, the buses arriving cannot be from Indore. They are coming from other cities. I am trying to maximize Raipur. Forget Raipur. There must be one bus minimum from Nagpur, Bilaspur, Wardha and Champa. So there are already 4 buses from other places. So how many buses can come? How many buses can come maximum? 16. So 18 buses can leave maximum. 16 can come maximum. So can I say this is the blocking limit? So from Raipur to Indore, VRL travel, there can be 16 maximum buses. Did you guys understand the logic behind 16? Did you guys understand the logic behind 16? 16 का लॉजिक समझा क्या आपको? Did you understand the logic behind 16? Raipur, 22 buses are leaving. I am trying to maximize buses in one city, Indore. So I am saying Raipur has to send 4 buses to other cities. 4 buses to other cities. So 18 buses can go from Raipur to Indore. But when I look at Indore, there are 20 buses coming. One from Nagpur minimum, one from Bilaspur, one from Wardha, one from Chennai minimum. So 4 buses are coming from other places. 16 buses can come from Raipur. 18 can leave, 16 can come. So maximum blockage 16 ka hai. 16 is the maximum number. In this manner, work with Raj travel, Mahindra travel, and what was KT? Khushi travel. Work with the other travels. Go on, complete this. आपको बार बार नहीं माइनस करना पड़ेगा 4 को. Look at this number 28 minus 4. 24 can leave Raipur. 24 can leave for Indore, towards Indore. How many can arrive? 22. अरे इंदौर पे जाना है. 20 इंदौर. 18 minus 4. At Indore, 14 can arrive maximum. So you will have to take 14 as the final limit. दो number check करो which is smaller. This is 32. Mahindra travel. This is 17. छोटा number कौन सा है? 17. 17 minus 4. 13 maximum can arrive at Indore? खुशी ट्रैवल्स जाने वाले बसेस फ्रॉम रायपुर 19, आने वाले 23. So how many can come? What is the blocking limit? रायपुर से निकलने वाले 15 buses. How many can arrive at Indore? There can be 19. So the stopping limit is 15. 15 will stop the limit. 15 you cannot cross. So your answer must be 16, 14, 15, 13, 58. Is the logic clear for you guys? Is the logic clear for you guys? Two numbers are there, -4, -4 देखना है. Whichever is the blocking limit or the stopping limit, that is the number of buses from Raipur to Indore. Now here's the good thing. You have to do same thing in all questions. You have to perform same calculation in all questions. Thoda thoda twist hai. So take your time, try this. Try this. There are no one-way trips between Wardha and Nagpur. That means a bus has to go from Wardha to Nagpur and then Nagpur to Wardha. What is maximum number of such trips? So try. You have 2 minutes. Try. So whatever you have done here 4 times, आपको भी 8 बार करना पड़ेगा. First Wardha to Nagpur and then Nagpur to Wardha. 2 बार करना पड़ेगा for round trips. So try. I'll wait. Go on. 2 to 3 minutes you have. Excuse me. Should I start this question for you guys? Okay. Try. $73 आ रहा है. We'll see. We'll check. Don't worry. Let us check. Let us give it a try. Let us give it a try. Now, listen to this. First, I'm concerned about buses going from Wardha to Nagpur. How do we take care of this? So, Wardha, 30 buses can leave, and Nagpur, 30 can arrive. So, both numbers are same. So, -4 will be 26. -4 will be 26. Now, for VRL, 35 buses leave Nagpur. Now what I am concerned with, Nagpur to Wardha. Which bus? VRL. 35 buses, -4, -4. 31 buses can leave. How many can come to Wardha? 27 -4. 23 can come to Wardha. So you tell me, from Wardha to Nagpur, 26 buses can go, and Nagpur to Wardha, 23 can come back. So how many round trips can be there? Round trips. 23 round trips can be there. First think, do you agree on this particular number? There are buses leaving from Wardha, -4. There are buses coming to Nagpur, -4. Leave it. There are buses leaving from Nagpur. There are buses coming to Wardha, -4, -4. So 23 buses can have a round trip. Basically what you did is, you look at this number, 35, 30, 30, 27. This is the smallest number, -4. Do you guys understand the reason behind this? Do you guys understand how did we manage this? -4 तो करना ही है. So let us talk about RT. क्योंकि रिटर्न आना है ना, you have to come back. So how is it possible 26 buses go and 23 come back? So how many can have round trip? 23 can have round trip. यही खेल खेल रहे हैं. So look at this Nagpur number 24. Look at this Wardha number 20. Look at this Nagpur number 33. Wardha number 35. Which of these is the smallest number? This is the smallest number. So how many round trips can be there? 16. आप 4 माइनस करके you're taking smaller number. See, let me do this one more time. वर्धा से निकलने वाले 20 buses, -4. 16 buses can leave Wardha. Which transport? Raj transport. Wardha 20 buses, -4. 16 can go to Nagpur. Nagpur, how many buses can arrive? 29. तो smaller number pick करते हैं ना. That is Wardha to Nagpur, 16 buses can go. Now Nagpur to Wardha, subtract this 4. 20 buses leave Nagpur. And how many can come back to Wardha? 31 can come back. What is the smaller number? 20. So 16 buses can go to Nagpur and 20 can come back to Wardha. So how many round trips can be there? Round trip matlab connecting buses. So the smallest of these is 16. Aisa. Look at these 4 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is the smallest number? 22. 22 -4. 18 buses can have round trip. Nagpur 16, Wardha 22, Nagpur 14, Wardha 15. Which is the smallest number? Smallest number is 14. 14 -4, there can be maximum 10 round trips. So add these. Add these. This is 39 plus 28. 39 plus 28 is 67 round trips minimum. Why are we selecting the smallest number? Smallest number ही select करना आपको. So see, the only thing you are doing is plus -4. बट उसी में थॉट प्रोसेस है, द कंप्लीट थॉट प्रोसेस देयर इन दैट पर्टिकुलर +-4 वाला पार्ट. Is the example and solution clear to you for the sixth one? Confirmation on this? Chalo, moving on. Now, how to approach this particular problem? You are not going to work and maximize for every city, for every transport carrier. So think, think holistically. Take your time, take 2 minutes. For every city, for every carrier, which is every bus service, I have to subtract 4. There's a hint for you. I have to subtract 4 for every city, every carrier. Think. Try this, comment answers. Commented answers. First thing is, you take your time and add everything. Whether you add the first table or second table makes no difference, because these are the buses, let us say, leaving Raipur. For VRL, they will go somewhere in the given set of cities. They are leaving Nagpur, they'll go to some other city. So these are the buses traveling between these cities. So the total addition here and here of all will be same. So take your time and add everything and tell me that sum. Tell me that addition. What is that? Total value. पूरा टेबल का सम. Any one table you go on and add. नहीं, एक और ट्विस्ट आएगा यहाँ पे. You tell me how many total how many total buses are leaving or arriving, all of them combined, all combined. What is the total sum? Yes, very good. The total addition of all the buses is 600. Everything you add from here to here, then here to here you add everything, and there are 600 buses. If I focus on the city Raipur, one city, what am I doing? I am subtracting 4 each time. For one city Raipur, I am subtracting 4 each time. Why 4? Because if I want Raipur, see, I want to maximize from one of the 6 cities to one of the other 6 cities. So from Raipur, if I try to maximize Indore, Raipur se Raipur, I cannot count buses. Nagpur, Bilaspur, Wardha, Champa, 111 gone. So -4. I am doing that for Raipur. Similarly, if I try to do it for other cities, I'll have to do it for 5 other cities. See, if I'm trying to maximize from Raipur to Indore, -4, Raipur to Nagpur, -4, Raipur to Bilaspur, I'm trying to maximize, so -4. Every time, if I try to maximize from Raipur to other cities, how many other cities are there? 5 cities. I have to subtract 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. When I try to maximize from Raipur to Indore, Raipur to Nagpur, Raipur to Bilaspur, Wardha, Champa. So -4, -4, -4 every time, 5 times. This is for Raipur. This is for Raipur. How many cities do we have? Next time I'll maximize from Indore to other. I'll maximize from Nagpur to other, Bilaspur to other. So there are 6 cities from where? From. This is from where I'm maximizing. This is to where I'm maximizing. I'm maximizing to 5 of these cities. I'm maximizing from 6 of these cities. So the overall answer would be, this is how you develop logic. This is how you develop reasoning. अभी समझ में आ रहा है? How are we doing this? How does the plus minus work? लॉजिक समझ में आना चाहिए. वो 5 क्यों आया सर? Why is that 5 there? So the whole thing is explained. From Raipur, I am going to 5 different cities. Every time I maximize to one city, I must subtract 4. Raipur to Indore, 4 subtract हो गया. Raipur to Bilaspur, 4 subtract. Nagpur, 4 subtract. तो 5 बार subtract. I am going to a city. अब रायपुर के बाद I will do same thing for Nagpur, for Indore, for Bilaspur, for Wardha, and for Champa. This is the answer, guys. So holistically overall movement कैसा हो रहा है? That is what we are achieving with this -4, 5 and 6. Confirmation on this? Confirmation? Try this. Number of buses of Khushi travel that left any one of the cities and arrived at another city is at most. Now, is the name given to us that you are leaving Bilaspur or you're leaving Wardha or you are arriving at Indore? No. Any one city you can leave and any other city you can arrive. You have to maximize that number. Be careful. Take 1.5 minutes. Try. Answer options are 15, 16, 17, 18. Khushi travel is the last column. So can I say, when I talk about departures, when I talk about buses of Khushi Travel leaving, this is the highest number. So -4, 19 buses can leave from any given city. It happens to be Indore. When you look at these arrivals, when you see buses arriving, can I say largest number of buses arriving are in Indore? There's a problem. You cannot leave from Indore and come back to Indore. You cannot apply that thought here. What is the second largest arrival? Second largest arrival is 21. 21 -4, 17 buses can arrive. So it appears to me, it feels like 17 should be the answer. What am I doing? The bus is leaving Indore and the bus is arriving at Raipur. What I did for this is I used the highest departure and second highest arrival. Why second highest? Because you cannot have 23 arrival in Indore. Can I think reverse? If I look at this number, it is second highest leaving, -4. It is 18. From Wardha, 18 buses can leave. At Indore, 19 buses can come. So can I say, if I look at this as Wardha to Indore, I can make that number 18 further. So answer should be 18. Take your time, observe. Why did I not check? Why did I not check Indore to Indore? ये कैसी बातें कर रहे हो? The bus leaves Indore and comes back to Indore. It's not going to happen. That is not going to work. Yeah, go on, ask, type. Any one city departure, any other city arrival. Indore to Raipur, I can have 17 buses maximum. Wardha to Indore, I can have 18 buses maximum. I cannot take highest number here and here. It is the same city. So 19 buses can leave Indore and they can come to Raipur. As 17 buses they can come to Raipur. Indore to Raipur, 17 buses could be there. But if I look at the Wardha departure, 18 buses can leave Wardha. And how many can arrive at Indore? There could be 19 arrival. But I'm looking for one type, Khushi Travel. तो 19 में खुशी ट्रैवल का किसी और सिटी से आ रहा होगा 1. Wardha to Indore, I can have 18 buses at the most, maximum to maximum. You have to check both. That is what LRNDI is. You have to check both possibilities. तभी तो ऐसे नंबर डाले हैं ना वहां पे स्क्रीन पे. That you have to check both. वर्धा वाला आंसर आएगा आपका. कैट वाले भी करते हैं. यू रीच आंसर, दिखता ऑप्शंस में, यू मार्क इट एंड मूव ऑन. बाद में पता पड़ता है इट्स अ ब्लंडर. Now again, so far what you have done is one bus type from city X to city Y. You have done it so far. अभी एक बस टाइप नहीं है. There are two bus types now. What you used to do was, what you were doing so far was, you were subtracting 4 for one bus service. Now because there are two bus services, what will you subtract now? 8. Go on, complete this. Take your time, complete this. In the previous class sheet, the last class sheet of ratio proportion, you will find 3 to 4 bonus questions. The PDF that I've uploaded, you will find 3 to 4 bonus questions. I want you to try and solve those questions. Post doubts in the common group. What do we want? VRL and Mahindra Travel. This is VRL Mahindra Travel. From which city? Bilaspur to Chapa. This is the number for VRL. This is the number for Mahindra Travel. So I will see, I'm sending both combined. I'm sending both combined. So subtracting 4 and 4 makes sense. You add both and subtract it. 22 plus 28, 50 buses minus 8. So 42 can leave Bilaspur. 42 can leave Bilaspur. एक यहाँ का VRL चला गया उधर, ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? No. Now where? Champa arrival 30 and 35. Addition is 65. 65 minus 8. So what is the departure arrival? Now my question to you guys is, should I do it VRL to VRL and Mahindra Travel to Mahindra Travel? Or should I do it as minus 8 minus 8, which is a better approach? -4 करके मैच करना is better या -8 करके मैच करना is better? What makes more sense to you? -8 is risky. -8 is risky क्योंकि ऐसा भी तो सकता है ना, 22 buses are leaving, but arrival में यहाँ पर 20 होता और जितना शॉर्टफॉल यहाँ पर है वो यहाँ कवर हो जाता. तो VRL cannot convert into Mahindra Travels and Mahindra Travels cannot convert into VRL. So -4 is the best approach, but दोनों कर तो -8 also works fine here. Anyways, Chapa में arrival ज़्यादा है. You look at those numbers, arrival is more than departure from Bilaspur, so it will work fine. The answer is 42. Well, 42 is the answer to life and everything, but we have been asking the wrong questions. Chalo. So a new set, there are 4 questions in it. Let us give them a shot, honest attempt. So I'll give you, you don't have to separately read off the table or copy the information. This is all there. 2 questions, you have 3 minutes each, you have 6 minutes. Read, see what is being said, create a mental image, then solve. Start. I'll remove myself from the screen. I think I would be covering at least one of the questions. No? Six minutes you have. Your time has started. When I stop the camera, the resolution of screen increases, more bandwidth is being assigned. This is new. 6 minutes you have. Continue. Good. Some answers have been shared. Very good. Ha, we are not cancelling classes, Baba. Let us try this. So I have created a separate space for each question individually. Here we have. Let me read the information first for you. Answer these questions based on the data represented in the figure below. FEI for a country in a year is a ratio expressed as a percentage of its foreign equity inflow. I did not know what FEI means. I have no idea. I am not financially literate. But here it says it is foreign equity ratio to its GDP. So money coming from outside divided by GDP as a percentage. All these numbers are percentage. So foreign inflow, foreign equity inflow divided by GDP into 100 is given to you. The following figure displays FEIs for select Asian countries for 97 and 98. So this is the percentage of money out of GDP that is coming to India as foreign equity. Malaysia, I do not know the exact GDP of Malaysia. You and I do not know that. Out of GDP, 10.67 percentage is coming as equity, foreign equity. For Thailand, you and I do not know GDP of Thailand. Whatever is the GDP, in that 5.09% is the foreign equity inflow. बाहर का आने वाला पैसा. So the country with the highest foreign equity inflow in 1998 relative to its foreign equity inflow in this is. You're looking for what? You're looking for highest percentage change. Highest percentage change. Which of these exhibits highest percentage change? So can I say without moving even my pen from here to here? What is half? See, first of all, we do not know the exact GDP. We do not know the exact GDP. I'm looking for highest percentage change relative to 1997. It has become 0.72% of GDP, and it was earlier 1.71% of GDP. So GDP, assuming it is pretty much same nearby, relatively speaking. So what is the change? 72 upon 171. What is the change? The change is 100 by 171 into 100. That is the change for India, the relative change. For China, what is the change? Hold on. You simply divide the two. The latest value is 480. The old value was 596. How much is the change? Change is 116 upon 596 into 100. That is the percentage for China and India. Look at that. Look at that. It is pretty much more than half. The change is more than half. Here it is 100 upon 600, 16.6%. Even if you perform rough calculations, you see Malaysia and Thailand. Malaysia and Thailand. Here, what is happening? It is happening, or it is written as 992 out of 1067. तो 1000 के ऊपर में 100 का चेंज है 10% के आसपास. Which one exhibits highest percentage change? India. The one that exhibits highest percentage change is India. Thailand check भी नहीं करना आपको. It's not that high change. Is the example and the calculation behind it clear? You are here making one small assumption. It's a relative change between 97 and 90. You're imagining GDP has not changed much. GDP 10 गुना तो नहीं हो जाएगा within 1 year. Is it clear that for India, final value looks like 72, initial value looks like 171. What is the change? Change is almost 100 by 171. For China, what is the change? For China, the value is 480 upon 596. Final upon initial. What is the change? Change is 116 by 596. This is for India, China, Malaysia. You want to see? Malaysia, you want to see? 992 upon 1067. What is the change? 75 upon 1067 into 100 is the change for Malaysia. For Thailand, you want to check? It is 582 upon 509. So what is the change? Change is 73 upon 509 into 100. So highest change is in India. Clear on this one? Good. Try this. Try this. Based on the given data or the data provided, it can be concluded that. What can you conclude? The absolute value of foreign equity flow in 1998 was higher than 1997 for both Thailand and South Korea. Can we say for sure? Can we say for sure that for South Korea and Thailand, the equity flow is increasing? See, if I focus only on one of the countries, let us talk about South Korea. It was 2.16% of GDP 1997. What is it becoming? 2.50 percentage of GDP 1998. GDP में थोड़ा सा change could be there. See, if I say GDP was 100, please observe. if I say GDP did not increase but decreased by something, small change, GDP is 95, you will find ये number छोटा है than this number. I'm saying giving idea 95 to 94, 92 ले लो. I'm saying because these percentages are very close, you are not sure that GDP is going up. It has not been said. It simply says जो भी GDP है country का, whatever GDP is there, you are saying within that GDP 2.16% is the foreign fund flowing in. Whatever is the GDP in 1998, 2.5% is the inflow. For Thailand also, you do not know the exact GDP numbers. You will not be able to. ये question, what is the question? These are figures, these are percentages of foreign inflow out of the GDP. Nothing has been mentioned about actual GDP values. देखो, this is the question part. This is the question part up to this. And then question 11, separate. You cannot be sure that overall more money is coming in Thailand and in Korea, South Korea. The absolute value of foreign equity flows was higher in 1998 for Thailand and lower for China. For you to be able to answer that, you need to know the exact value of GDP of Thailand and China. What is it saying? It's saying in 1998, Thailand, 5.82% of GDP of Thailand. You are saying that is more than what? China, 5.96% of GDP of China. You and I do not know the exact value of GDP. What if the GDP of China is 10 times GDP of Thailand? You do not know. I do not know that. Percentage wise, they are pretty close. But you and I have no idea about the exact GDP figure of China and Thailand. So this is not comparable. Even the first one you cannot be sure of. The absolute value of foreign equity flows was lower in 1998 for both China and India, corresponding to 97. See, percentage wise, I can see the numbers are lower. If I talk about China, itna bhi lower nahi hai, 5.96 and 4.80%. We do not have the exact GDP for any of these countries, for any of these years. So absolute value you will not be able to find. Here it was what? A comparative change. A comparative change was required. So I can work with some approximation here. India का तो बहुत ज़्यादा है, way too high. Here it is absolute value of the GDP. जो questions चुन के दिए गए हैं ना, हाँ, this is percentage. This is given to you as a percentage. ये absolute values नहीं है. Show expressed as a percentage of its foreign equity inflows to GDP. Foreign equity inflow out of GDP return as a percentage is given to you like this. So you can think reverse and say foreign equity inflow is equal to 1.71% of what? GDP. It is given to you as a percentage of GDP. If I ask you, if I tell you GDP of India was 2 trillion, now you can say exact value of FEI. Without GDP, how can you say exact value of FEI? That is the twist. ये जो पूरा आपका current वाला set है, ये जो current वाला question है 11th, it is based upon what? Can you find the absolute value or the exact value? You cannot. मिलना ही नहीं आपको, होना ही नहीं है वहां पे वो solve. Absolute value you cannot find for any of these countries. Take 2-3 minutes, try. Multiple statements are there. Take a time, try. अभी देखो, exactly you are being told for China GDP in 97 was 7% higher, while GDP of India grew by 2%. South Korea GDP fell by 5%. Now what can you say? Now what can you talk about? Go on, try. Take a time, take 3 minutes. अभी लगता है कैलकुलेटर यूज करो. Use a calculator if you need. I think you guys are tired now. ये अपना third set है. Exam में you're going to try and read 4 high level sets. 2 बनाने हैं. Definitely 2 बनाने हैं. Speed और stamina दोनों बढ़ाना है आपने. Excuse me. So in this case, I'm going to compare China का equity flow with its own equity, India का with its own, South Korea with its own. So what I will do is I'll focus only on China. You are saying there is 7% growth. So in 1997, I am assuming GDP as 100. In 1998, I am assuming GDP as 107. ये तो बोल रहा है 7% growth. Now in 97, what was the foreign investment or foreign equity flow? It was 5.96%. So 5.96% is 5.96. What is it in the next year? It is 4.08%. Now I will need a calculator. Multiply तो करना पड़ेगा. If you are very good with calculations, go on without a calculator, do it. 4.08 multiplied by 107 as a percentage. So it is 4.365. Is it increasing? Is it going up? No. Was 98 higher? No. 98 was lower. So second statement is true. Out of these answer options, do you see this one says second is true and this one says second is true? अभी पूरा क्यों चेक करना है आपको? This one says 3, 4 and this one says 5. कोई भी एक चेक कर लो. Second one is true for sure. China का is not increasing, it is decreasing. So 2 वाला correct है. Option is B or D. B says 3 and 4. D says 5. 5 चेक कर लो. South Korea का inflow is increasing. What is South Korea? 5% decline. South Korea 100 turns into 95. It is declining. ये ऐसा बोल रहा है. So what is the percentage of South Korea? 2.16%. So 2.16% is 2.16. 100 में तो percent ही है. What do I want here? I want 2.50%. So I'll bring out my calculator. You also do the same. 2.5 into 95 by 100. That is 2.375. Option number 5 says equity flow is increasing for South Korea. Is it increasing? 2.16 and 2.37. Is it increasing? Yes. So second and fifth both are correct. The answer option is D. कैसा time save करना? You learn that part. You work on that part. South Korea बोला है ना? 4 point. अच्छा मैंने कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक करा उसमें. There's a mistake in my calculation. 4.80 into 1107 divided by 100. So 5.13. 5.13. 5.13. Still, this seems to be going down. This seems to be going down. Appears to be going down. Any statement is available in more options. गलत होना is good for you. जल्दी आंसर आएगा. Any statement is available less number of times. Correct होना is good for you. जल्दी आंसर आएगा. Next one you want to try? Take your time. China's foreign equity inflows in 1998 were 10 times of India. What can you talk about? What can you say about the GDP of China and India? That is the question. GDP of China was 40% higher, 70% higher, 50% higher. No reference can be drawn about magnitudes of China's and India's GDP. Answer. (1998). In this case, because it's a question of percentage higher or lesser, you see every option is China's compared with India. So basically what you want is you want GDP of China divided by GDP of India, because India से compare, India is the base here. You'll have to write the GDP of India and the denominator, वहां से increment check करना आपको. So three to four steps you should manage to get the answer. What is the percentage for China 1998 में? It is 4.08%. 4.08 percentage of GDP of China. ये चाइना का फॉरेन इक्विटी इनफ्लो है. इंडिया का कितना है? 1998 का बात हो रहा है. 0.72 percentage of GDP of India. China का GDP and inflow is 10 times of India. ये information given है आपको. Right hand side is the foreign equity inflow of India, left hand side is foreign equity flow for China. India ka is 10 times, China ka is 10 times of India. So what is common? 100 is common. हटा उसको बाहर कर दो आप. मुझे जीडीपी ऑफ इंडिया किधर चाहिए? इन द डिनोमिनेटर और द बेस. जीडीपी ऑफ इंडिया डिवाइड्स जीडीपी ऑफ चाइना. तो ये जो 4.80 इट विल मूव टू द राइट साइड. 10 into 0.72 upon 4.80. Can I cancel decimals and say it looks like, I'll write it above here, I'm going back above here. It looks like 10 into 72 upon 480. Cancelled, cancelled. This is 24 into 3. This is 24 into 2. So can I say that looks like India ka is GDP 2, China ka is GDP 3. What is the percentage more? There is 1 rupee more on 2. 1 rupee extra on 2, which is equal to 50% more. सर नहीं समझा. So you convert them in 100. 50-50 लगा दो. You are saying China ka GDP is 150 and India ka is 100. So what is this numerator? GDP of China, GDP of India. तो इंडिया का 100 है, चाइना का 150. What is the more part? 50% more. GDP of China is 50% more as compared to GDP of India. Theoretically speaking, in this particular example. Let us have one more session. Let us solve 2-3 more sets of this kind. And then we'll start with verbal. 1 or 2 sessions back to back on verbal. How to read, where to read from, what activities to get involved in. All this discussion we'll have in the next session. After this, one more DI session and then a verbal. C is the answer. Yes, C is correct. Yes. Good night, guys.